Hiya fishy folks, and welcome back to Michael's Fish Room. Today's video, how to treat Camallanus worms. Red worm, wasting disease, it's called all kinds of things. There's 1,000 videos on YouTube, but I actually experienced it just recently, and I thought it was a good opportunity to remind everyone how to treat it and how I treat it specifically. So go ahead, grab yourself a healthy snack and beverage. Let me know in the comments below what your healthy snack is, and stand by. Alright fishy folks, Camallanus worms, or red worm as it's usually referred to, is an internal parasite that affects many fish. I'm going to talk about it in guppies because that's kind of what I know. Remember folks, I am just a handsome dumb guy with a camera that does stuff, that tells you what works for me in my fish room. Typically when I say this works, it's because I've tried it. And when I say this doesn't work or I don't like something, it's because I've tried it. So this works for me. Hopefully it'll work for you if you have fish with red worm. Now, I treat all the fish in my fish room that I get new or from a breeder, from a wholesaler, even from a good friend who I know whose tanks are clean and may even have better biosecurity than I do. Not that mine's that great, but it has getting better. I always treat for internal parasites. And what I use to treat them is typically general cure in the water, but I also use, it's called Quad Flake from Everything Aquatics, and it's got Levamisole and garlic and Parasite in it, and it's great stuff. Everything Aquatics is the go-to place for your aquarium medicine needs. Dina is the owner. She is very nice and very smart. Her prices are reasonable. Her stuff is great. Now, a lot of times when I talk about products, it's because people have sent them to me to test, or, you know, they want me to talk about their stuff. Dina has not done that. Everything I get from her, I buy. She did send me some samples years ago, but that was after I had already talked about her stuff. So, I mean, you guys know me. When I talk about something positive, it's because I really like it. So, I always use either her Quad Flake or Levamisole pellets to treat red worm in my guppy. So I have a friend, Joel, who found some black Moscows for me. He picked them up, brought them to my house, and he noticed before he brought them to my house that they had red worm. And he treated them with Levamisole at his house in the water, and then when he brought them to me, I had planned to put them in the pond outside, but I didn't want to do that with the other fry and other black Moscow, so I put them in a separate tank, and I'm treating them aggressively with the Quad Flake from Everything Aquatic. And you can see the worms in the bottom of the tank. So what I'm going to go over is how I treat for red worm and what works for me. And there are some other treatment options I will go over as well. So let's go over to the tank. Let me show you what the red worms look like. I don't see any in the fish anymore. But 2 days ago there were some hanging out of the butthole. So, alright, stand by. Alright fishy folks, here we are at the black Moscow tank that my friend Joel got me. These are the tanks that were Chewy's tank used to be. I completed this new section. There's 8 new 20 highs, all drilled and plumbed into the system. So anyway, like I said, I had planned, when he told me about these fish, I had planned to put them outside in the pond with the other black Moscows, but then he told me he saw red worm in one of them. He treated aggressively with Levamisole. When I got them, there was one male that didn't look like it was doing too well. That male subsequently died, and then I lost another female the next day. I'm not sure the reason for that one. I didn't see any red worms coming out of her, but the male had them coming out of him. I don't see any more red worms coming out of these guys. There are quite a few in the tank, which I will show you here. And that's what they look like. And here's the thing. I am treating with an anti-parasite Quad Flake from Everything Aquatic, like I said. It has Parasite in it, Levamisole, Epsom salt, and garlic. And it's my preferred method of treating. Now, when you use Levamisole to treat redworm, it's added to the food. It can also be added to the water, and you have to gravel vac. In my case, I guess it would be called bare bottom vac, but you have to vacuum up all the worms. Fenbendazole, on the other hand, which is another great way to treat, and I do have fenbendazole food from Everything Aquatic as well. I have it in organic micro granules, but I prefer the flake because I can crush it up real fine for the fry if there are any. But fenbendazole will actually kill the worms in the tank as well. Years and years and years ago, when I had this problem, I tried Levamisole. It didn't fix it. I then used fenbendazole in the food. I made my own food. It was before I knew about Everything Aquatic, and that seemed to take care of the issue. Now, let's talk about these redworms. What are they? Well, it's an internal parasite, so it feeds off the host. It irritates guppies or other fish, their digestive tract. And some signs, obviously, some signs of if your fish are infected, obviously if you see redworms coming out of them, they have it. But sometimes white stringy poop. I don't know if you can see this one right here. She's got a little bit of white stringy poop, but no redworm coming out. That's a sign of an internal parasite infection. Sunken belly or really, really skinny. That's a sign of an internal parasite infection. Now, it could be something else. I always treat the same way. I always treat with the quad flake and general cure. And so, if your fish have redworm, it's not the end of the world. Most of the time, if they're well fed and healthy otherwise, you may not even know that they're infected. In fact, I would venture to say that most guppies in this country especially that are imported and that are sold through big box stores or big importers or big wholesalers, are infected, have some sort of internal parasite, just like redworm. But like I said, if they're treated correctly, if they're fed properly with good water conditions, you probably won't even know it. I try not to sell any sick fish. Obviously, I'm not perfect. Like I said, I treat all my fish. All my fish that come into the fish room are quarantined, like these. These will be in quarantine for about 3 months because I'm going to treat for about 14 days, and then 3 weeks later, treat again for 14 days. So that's almost 2 months right there. And then I'm going to wait a month to make sure I got it all because, like I said, I don't want to sell sick fish. You know, when you buy fish from anywhere, I suggest quarantining. If you buy fish from me, I suggest you quarantine. I suggest you use the meds that I suggest, which are Furan 2, ICX, and General Cure. And I also suggest you have on hand this anti-parasite quad flake from Everything Aquatic. Check out Dina's website. It's great. She has all the medicines. She's very knowledgeable. You can certainly ask her questions and she will help. So, in summary, redworm isn't a death sentence for fish. It certainly can be if it goes untreated and you don't have the best water quality or not feeding correctly or good quality food. It can certainly go untreated and the fish can be fine. But if you know that they have a sunken belly or you see the redworms, don't panic. Take a breath. Check out Everything Aquatic. Check out her quad flake. That's what I like. I'll also put a link to Prohibit, which is it's Levamisole that's sold over the counter. I think it's a goat dewormer maybe, but you might be able to buy it at Tractor Supply as well, or one of those tight places, because it's used to treat farm animals. It's a dewormer for farm animals. I suggest you keep these meds on hand if you keep any type of live bear. That's just me. One day I'll do a video on all the meds I have and what I use them for, but this is pretty common. And again, I suggest you treat all your fish, you quarantine all your fish, even if you buy them from me, in your fish room. So let's finish the summary. If your fish has a sunken belly or doesn't show interest in food or seems lethargic, or you see redworms coming out of its butt, good sign that it has redworm, Camallanus disease. I keep messing that up. And you should treat it. And it's not the end of the world. It's easily treated if you have the right things. And I suggest you have either Levamisole or Fenbendazole on hand. And I suggest the Quad Flake from Everything Aquatic or the Fenbendazole food from Everything Aquatic. Sometimes I treat with both. If I think I'm not getting it with the Levamisole, I'll hit it with the Fenbendazole as well. If you treat with Levamisole, again, as a reminder, you do have to gravel vac. Now, I can't gravel vac because I don't have gravel, but in this tank, you can see on the bottom of the tank, as I showed you before, all those red worms right there, which I can't focus anymore with this lens. Right there, there's a pile of them there. And there's some back there as well. So I will now clean this tank up, and you might notice the water is a little cloudy because it has Furan 2 in it, and ICX and General Cure, which doesn't normally cloud the water, but the Furan 2 makes it yellow because I just got them, so they're still in their quarantine stage. So, all right, fishy folks, any comments or questions, certainly let me know down below. Don't forget to check out teespring.com for my t-shirts. If you want to support the channel and don't want to buy fish, guppies, or plecos, you can hit up Teespring. Use promo code THANKYOU30 for 30% off any of the swag there. Hoodie, t-shirt, mug, whatever you want to buy. Pink is the color of choice if you ask my opinion. And of course the website, michaelsfishroom.com, which is going through its redesign as we speak. Hopefully in the next week it will be live for you to check out. So thanks, guys. Talk to you soon. Hiya, fishy folks, and welcome back. Gotta trim the mustache again. Just did it on Monday, I think. Anyway. Take two. Gotta go lower. Damn, I look good. I think that's good. Hiya, fishy folks, and welcome back to Michael's Fish Room. Hope everyone's having a great day. It's Sunday. Happy Sunday Fun Day to you. Hope you guys did something great for the weekend. I did homework. And probably while you're watching this, the Manchester United-Leicester match is over. Probably. And hopefully Manchester United tied or won and made it to Champions League. Alright, you guys don't care about that. Only sports fans. No. Dumb. Hiya, fishy folks, and welcome back to Michael's Fish Room. Today's video, not a how-to. I guess it's a how-to. I should know what the video is about, though. A Canadian accent. Alright, fishy folks, Camallanus Worms, also called red worm. I'm not in focus. Why aren't I in focus? That's better. Take 96. Hiya, fishy folks, and welcome back to Michael's Fish Room. Today's video, how to treat Camallanus worms. That's right, folks, red worm. Very prevalent in guppies, most live bearers actually. And also, it does affect cichlids and other fish as well. So why don't you guys go ahead, grab yourself a healthy snack and beverage. And you know what? Let me know down in the comments below what your healthy snack and beverage is, because I always need more healthy snack suggestions. By the way, a lot of people have said I looked great in my last video. I mean, thank you. I mean, with this face, how could you not? But a lot of people said it looks like I lost weight. I've lost about 30 pounds since the heart attack, and I feel great working out and eating healthy. So that's dumb. You don't care. I mean, maybe you do care, but it's really not for the video.